Hello and welcome to tonight's sub-state matchup between the number 2 seed Cape and Mount Carmel Crusaders and the number 15 seed Salina South Cougars. I'm Andrew Guyer, and tonight I'm joined by my co-host Grayson Greer. And tonight, Grayson, KMC comes in red hot on a 12-game winning streak. Walk me through this team.
Yeah, and heading into this matchup against the 7-13 Salina South Cougars, sitting at the 15 seed, coming into the 5A playoffs, with their latest loss coming to the Salt Hawks of Hutchinson, falling in that one 47-50 in a close matchup, and facing off against this strong Crusader team, sitting at the 2 seed, hosting this first round matchup tonight. in their latest win, coming over the North High Redhawks 82-24. And here's Andrew for your starting five for the Crusaders.
And for KMC, handling the ball tonight will be number 11, the senior Corey Daniels. Playing along the wing will be number 15, the sophomore Blaze Dalian. Number 12, Owen Erlocker. And in the paint, number 4, the junior Rocco Keller. And rounding off this lineup, the senior Corbin Johnson.
And on the other side, facing off against the Crusaders, the starting five for Salina South is 00 Jace Humphrey, the 6'4 senior. Number 1, Dakari Small, another senior. Number 2, Jackson Myers, a junior. Number 15, junior Gavin DeVoe. And number 22, Sawyer Walker, the junior, rounding off the lineup for the Cougars. Crusaders looking for a win tonight to move on to the second round. Salina South trying to move on as well. The winner of this matchup will play Saturday at 5 versus either the number 7 Emporia or number 10 Mays South Mavericks. And as we are set to begin play here, the road to Emporia starts tonight for both of these teams and teams all across the state of Kansas.
You're exactly right, Grayson. And KMC, the first game on the road to defend their state championship. We're in for a matchup tonight. And Erlocker will get it to Daniels. KMC will start with possession. Going around the horn are the Crusaders, keeping things at a patient pace. Inside, and the kick out to Erlocker. Bang! Owen Erlocker, tally up 3.
And just like the start for the Crusader girls last night in their win, a 3 to start things off on offense.
And Salina South will get things moving on the offensive end. South keeping along the wing. Walker moving it inside and dislodged by Keller. Hustling down the court, Johnson to Dalian inside. Dalian the pump, and the shot off the mark. Daniels recovering the second chance opportunity. Erlocker back to Dalian and back to Erlocker. Johnson the pump, and he'll take the floater well off the mark.
The Crusaders just trying to push the pace. No good on a few shot attempts there. Nothing to worry about.
And the deep 3 from Walker. He connects. This game knotted at 3.
And a deep 3 showing off his range early is Walker.
Inside, Erlocker tried to go on the end around. He was stuffed by the rim. Salina South keeping the pace quick. Humphrey, and he'll deposit the 3-point jumper. Already a quick pace from the Cougars, answering KMC's 3-pointer with 2 of their own.
And the Cougars just taking advantage of the lax perimeter defense, but Corey Daniels finishing through the contact with a chance to tie this one back up. The Anduan opportunity here in a second. I think the Crusaders are going to have to play a little tighter defense at the 3-point line now after the 2 3-pointers from the Cougars.
KMC 65% from the free throw line. That one a miss coming from Daniels.
Cougars pushing the pace, probably looking for another open shot from beyond the arc.
And Humphrey will square up again from 3, not connecting, scratching the rim on that one, and recovered by Daniels. Dalian in the corner, moving quickly inside, and uses the square to get 2. That's his first points of the contest.
Crusaders doing what they do best, driving to the lane and finishing at the bucket.
KMC playing tightly, The three-pointer off the mark, ricocheting off the rim, recovered by Johnson. Looking for an open teammate down the court. The spin, inside, off the glass, cannot connect on his first chance, and losing the ball, picked up by Myers. Hits the brakes, and Salina Central will reset. Humphrey, again.
And
that one down the chute.
Salina Central electing to go for the air raid on offense and connecting on three so far, red hot.
3 for 4 already are the Cougars. Johnson for the answer. Ricocheting off the rim, taken down by Small. And again, Humphrey will try. This time, no good. 4:20 in the first. Daniels inside and deflected. Urlacher with the rebound, and Dalian will try three of his own. Leather through lace for the sophomore, Blaze Dalian. 5 points for him.
Crusaders can also shoot from three, averaging 79 points per game so far this season. A high-powered offense that the Cougars have the task of trying to slow down.
And a wide open Myers connects on the easy lay-in.
And the timeout called by Steve Eck, head coach of the Crusaders, as they trail by one. 3:45 left to play in the first quarter. And as we take this quick 30-second break, just to recap the two games that closed out the regular season for the Crusaders. Last Tuesday, Crusaders coming out victorious over the Heights Falcons, a formidable opponent in the Greater Wichita Athletic League, coming off a buzzer beater three from Corbin Johnson, number 21, the senior, that saved them from going to overtime in an intimidating away gym. And then a win over North on Friday in dominant fashion, 82-24.
KMC down by one. Daniels in the controls. The quick dish to Johnson, and Urlacher in the perimeter. Keller moving off the screen inside. Tried to power through. Rejected. Urlacher coming away with the board. That one looks to be poked out by Jackson Myers. That'll be KMC basketball.
And the Cougars making the Crusaders earn any open opportunities.
Jude Porter in. The quick dish to Johnson. Johnson will attempt. Scratches the rim on the first attempt and gets the second to go off the glass. Johnson has his first points.
Just a good job following the shot by Johnson and for the open layup.
Myers inside, moving from the defense from Johnson, and he'll connect. He has 4 points.
And it has been back and forth since the tip of this matchup. And
Keller, the spin and connecting.
And Keller just putting the defense in the spin cycle, getting a layup of his own to answer, putting the Crusaders back into the lead.
Quick moving offense from the Cougars. KMC still with some tight defense. Inside Myers, the double team. Ball pops out. He recovers. Again, some tight defense from the Crusaders. Inside, able to power through. And that one coming from DeVoe.
And Dalian just trying to avoid the foul, and doing so, coming off the right hand of Salina South. Still able to finish over the defense.
Keller losing the ball. Keeps it alive and spins away from the double team. Rocco Keller with an excellent move. He has 4 points. Minute 10 left in the first period of play. KMC leading by 1. Humphrey in the paint, the turnaround jumper, moving off the rim and cleared by Johnson. Gets it back to Keller before he passes the dividing line. Dalian on the flash to Johnson. Johnson, his first attempt hit the rim, taken down by Myers, hustling the other way. Gets it back to his teammate Humphrey. The student section looking for the travel call. And back out the 3 off the mark on the first attempt. And ball pops out, dislodged by Dalian. The 2-on-1 inside. Porter connects. Jude Porter has his first points.
And the referees letting the teams play. Lots of contact. Both coaches looking for it. Looks like we're going to be in for a physical matchup on offense and defense.
And under 5 seconds left now. Myers inside. He'll get the last point of the first period. 18-17. KMC leads by 1 as these two teams will take a quick break.
And as we are in the month of March, you wouldn't expect a 2-seeded team to only be up 1 against a 15 seed at the end of the first quarter, but Salina South doing everything they can to stay in this one. Starting off absolutely electric from beyond the arc and continuing to find the open looks. Crusaders unable to stop them on defense so far, but doing their own to balance it out on offense.
And as we have this break in play, we would like to congratulate the 2024-25 5A state champion girls wrestling team. It's only the 4th season of girls wrestling here at Cape and Mount Carmel, and they are state champions, hoisting that trophy. And we would also like to congratulate individual champion Courtney Nye in her first year of wrestling. Congratulations to Courtney and the entire team. And Grayson, you were mentioning how Salina South is able to keep with Capen, and this is kind of a common theme in a lot of the games we've seen this season. Teams are able to stay with the Crusaders early in the first 2 quarters, but KMC is that team that they have the endurance, the longevity in their play. They do not wear down as other teams do as the game goes on. We saw that in East earlier in the season.
And Jude Porter making his speed of use and getting the quick steal into Herlocker for the easy points. The steal on the inbound for Porter.
And that's just what Jude Porter does. He's a guy that gets out there in space, uses his speed, and makes the flashy play. Inside, Humphrey wide open in the corner, scratching the rim on his attempt, cleared by Johnson. Erlocker to Porter. Porter in the corner now. KMC will reset at the top of the key with Keller. Erlocker through the defense. Contact made. Whistle called.
Mike Andrews said the trouble with most teams is keeping up with the Crusaders. As I mentioned earlier, the Crusaders averaging about 79 per game as Johnson gets the tip in, but the Cougars averaging just 43.
So yeah, you'll see the Cougars getting out to this quick pace, but they won't be able to sustain it as the game goes on, and KMC most definitely will be able to.
Yeah, and I think they're going to do everything they can to try to keep up, but it will be a test of conditioning.
Keeping on the perimeter and moving inside now. Hit and rejected by the rim was Myers, and the pass over the head of Johnson, hitting the trash can in the corner, nearly running into Johnny Myers, the cameraman.
And number 0, Jace Humphrey, checking out for Salina South.
And Johnson and Easton Wilcox making a little physicality near midcourt.
And after Johnson was called for the foul, he will take a seat along with Rocco Keller.
Walker to set things in motion. Wilcox guarded by Daniels. And that one off the hand of Sawyer Walker and out of bounds. That'll be KMC basketball.
And we'll replay the inbound. The substitution was made. Number 2, Jackson Myers checks back in for the Cougars.
Daniels the spin, finding Dalian on the cut. Dalian using the glass on the end around. He has 7 points.
The Crusaders all game have been able to move around the defense and get into the lane.
The Cougars scoreless in the second period. Dalian the quick poke out of Myers. South will reset. South just trying to find an open man and move around this defense. That one pops out. Whistle called.
The foul will be given to number 11, Corey Daniels, who will be called a shooting foul. Shooting 2 is number 15, Gavin DeVoe. He will connect on his first attempt. And Jace Humphrey checking back in for the Cougars.
And DeVoe will deposit his second. He has 4 points. Daniels off the screen, the quick dish to Urlacher and to Dalian. Porter moving inside, the kick to Dalian. Sophomore will reset. Porter, the mid-range jumper, off the heel, recovered by Mangu, and Porter will get a second chance opportunity from 3, again off the heel. Inside, Dalian, the smooth touch to get the basket. And Grayson, we've seen these KMC possessions last a lot longer without the shot clock, something that Keisha took away and something that G-Wall put in this year. So a change to the game.
Yeah, multiple leagues around the state have put in the shot clock as number 1, Daiquiri Small with the 3. Bring this game back within 4.
Daniels, mid-range jumper. Urlacher fighting for the ball. That one on the ground. Porter will recover it. And Porter inside through traffic. Contact made, and Porter will get 2 opportunities.
And like Andrew was mentioning, the shot clock, not something that is standardized around the state, so it will be not be used in playoff matchups. But the Crusaders, what's really killing the Cougars right now is giving the Crusaders so many opportunities to score. And if they were able to limit that, I think this could be a tie ball game. They only trail by 4 as Mangu and Urlacher take a seat. And Keller and Johnson check back in.
And you know, Grayson, offensive rebounds is what KMC does best, and they just keep possessions alive longer than anybody in the state.
And Jude Porter is just being an absolute pest on defense. The Salina South cannot move the ball without Porter just being in the face of their point guard, Myers.
Myers being followed by Porter all the way past the dividing line. Inside, Myers. Contact made from Porter. So Myers will get 2 shots from the stripe.
That will be called on Jude Porter, his first, the team's 3rd of the second quarter. As Myers will shoot 2.
Myers first, scratches the front of the rim. Myers leading the Cougars in points with 6. His second, ricocheting off the rim and recovered by Keller. Urlacher moving quickly inside. His pass deflected, but Dalian still gets a hand on it. Johnson for 3. Off the heel. Dalian almost cleared the board. That one out of bounds. Looks like it will be South basketball.
And Corbin Johnson just hasn't settled in from three-point range so far tonight, putting up a few, not getting any to fall so far. And South fighting for the rebound, eventually rolling out on Kapaun.
And Grayson, the good part about this KMC team is if one guy is off on the night, plenty of guys will step up.
Exactly right. Many guys are offensive threats on this Kapaun team as Keller intercepts the pass.
Offensive and defensive threats, as we just saw there by Keller. In transition, Keller the spin. The pump and kicks out to Daniels. Daniels the mid-range jumper. Bounce around the rim and down the shoot. Daniels has 4 points.
The Cougars taking their time getting it down the court, trying not to make any mistakes to give it to the Crusaders, trailing by 7, trying to keep it close. As Daniels steals it away.
Rejected at the last moment by Sawyer Walker. Daniels looked like he had a free bucket there. He hit the pump and then went up for it, and Walker got tall and got a hand on it.
And a timeout to talk things over called by head coach Jason Hooper of Salina South. Talk things over. It is a full timeout.
And just the perfect name for basketball as basketball coach Jason Hooper. His team coming in 7-13, like you mentioned earlier, Grayson. Some big losses in their final 2 games. Derby 34-66, and Hutchinson 47-50, a close one there.
Well, and just mentioning the 7-13 record, they are not playing like a 7-13 team right now. They are playing at a high level, keeping with this Crusader squad that we have watched all season and know how skilled they are. And South doing a great job to keep up with them, trailing by 7 right now. They will come out of the timeout and look to keep the close lead. I think just getting a fresh set of players in there after getting a breather. This will be good Salina South basketball.
Henley to set things in motion from the sideline. And excuse me, it'll be KMC basketball. Daniels to check things in. Johnson, the quick dish to Keller. Keller puts up a shot, taken down by Henley. Under 2:30 left on the clock. And Myers will reset at the top of the key. Humphrey inside. And moving around the corner, that one was DeVoe. He has 6 points.
And as we hit 2 minutes left to play in the first half, Salina South trying to keep this close. Crusaders trying to build upon their lead. Daniels
wide open from perimeter, takes it inside. Whistle called. Daniels will attempt 2.
And Daniels just fighting through the contact on the drive, drawing the foul. It's his second trip to the free throw line tonight for Daniels.
Daniels first scratches the front of the rim and off. And now Jude Porter will check in for Corbin Johnson. Daniels to attempt his second from 15 feet away. And Daniels' second bounces around and goes in. He has 5 points. Small contact made from Urlacher, trying to weave through the defense of Daniels and Urlacher.
Looks like he completely left his feet trying to slice through the defense, drawing the foul. That one is the first personal for Owen Urlacher, team 4th.
DeVoe guarded tightly by Keller. It looked like it was poked out by Porter, and DeVoe hit the deck. Timeout called by the Cougars.
Coach Stevek frustrated, arguing that the Cougars never had possession of the ball and not able to call the timeout. Nevertheless, they will talk things over. 30-second timeout. And with roughly a minute and a half left to play here at halftime, stick around and watch as there's a half-court shot for students. We'll have the chance at one shot for $500 from the half-court line. And, of course, for the KMC Palmies performance, as only a couple left this year, so make sure to stick around for that. And as we resume play, Crusaders lead by 6, a minute 31 remaining. Salina South basketball.
Sawyer Walker surveying the court from the sideline. Finding Small at the top of the key. Daniels playing some physical defense. Walker looking for an open man, finds Humphrey. And that one out. South basketball. 1:11 left in the half. And poked out, hitting the deck. Both teams, Dalian and Humphrey. And KMC will come away with the ball.
And Keller fighting for the rebound, kicking it out to Daniels.
Keller finds Urlacher in the corner. Urlacher, his shot ricocheting off the front of the rim, but Daniels getting there, playing scrappy defense, and gets a bucket off the square and in.
And the Crusaders just hounding the Cougars on defense in the backcourt. Countless steals for Daniels and Porter.
Daniels playing very physical, and he's seeing it pay off. And whistle call, DeVoe will get a trip to the line. And that one is Dalian's first personal, team 5th.
And DeVoe shooting 2, his first attempt will go. This is his second trip to the free throw line tonight. The clock will resume with under 25 left to play. And the substitution for the Crusaders is Corbin Johnson checks in. Corey Daniels taking a seat.
Porter at the helm for KMC offense. 15 seconds left in the half. Porter moving off the screen, finds Urlacher wide open in the corner. Urlacher to Dalian. Dalian out to Johnson and around the horn. Porter for 3. The buzzer beater will not go as we hit double zeros here at the end of the second period. 32-26, KMC leads by 4, and we will see you after the break. Hello and welcome back from the break as KMC leads 32-26, up by 4. So it'll be KMC basketball. Six, excuse me.
And as we resume play, it is Kapaun basketball. Daniels starting things on offense.
KMC starting off with some quick passes inside Dalian. The quick dish nearly results in a turnover, but KMC keeps it alive. And Dalian, the soft touch off the glass to go in. Up by 8 now. Dalian has 11.
And those open opportunities in the paint have been there at moments for the Crusaders. But the Salina South defense has not allowed many easy opportunities for points.
DeVoe moving around the defense of Dalian, getting the basket off the glass. He has 10 points, leading the Cougars on offense. A wide open Johnson will unleash. Scratching the front of the rim, taken down by Myers. Myers moving around and connects with Humphrey. Humphrey missing his first. DeVoe inside, second chance, and Keller will clear the board. Dalian, the bounce pass to Urlacher. Urlacher across the court to Johnson, wide open. Johnson, dead center for a 3. Corbin Johnson has 7 points.
And Johnson has let it fly from three-point land, but finally landing one.
And Keller nearly got a hand on there, but DeVoe recovering the pass. And Johnson this time dislodges the ball, the one-on-one. And Johnson will use the square.
And a timeout called by Jason Hooper, head coach of the Cougars, trying to slow things down. Coming out of the locker room trailing by 6, but the Crusaders exploding offense, increasing that lead to 11 in the blink of an eye. In the first half, the Crusaders dominated the glass on both ends of the court. And Salina South, undersized compared to this Crusader roster. If they can't figure out how to stop that, I think it is going to continue to get away from them for the rest of this game.
And yeah, this was exactly what we talked about earlier in the first half of play, Grayson. How KMC, they're a very consistent team, and they keep their pace throughout the entire game. And a lot of teams stick with them in that first half, that first quarter, and then they start to fizzle out. And we're starting to see that from Salina. KMC playing very hard-pressed defense, very stout press, and they're making transitions and offensive possessions count, while Salina South has had a couple misses and been a little sloppy with the ball.
Yeah, but even with those moments of sloppiness, Salina South has kept pace with the Crusaders. So we'll see if they're able to do so in the second half.
KMC initiating the press. Humphrey moving past the dividing line. And running into his own teammate, that was Henley. Myers near the logo. Moving off the screen and inside. Some quick passes. Setting up the play, and unleashing was Henley. Taken down by Keller.
I don't think the Crusaders were too happy with what they were able to muster up on offense in the first half. As Johnson lets one fly, no good. But they seem to have come out more determined on offense. Defensively, they were very sound in the first half.
Humphrey moving off the screen. Dalian got a hand on him. That's Dalian's second personal. And Sawyer Walker will set things in motion. Looking for a teammate, finds Humphrey. Humphrey inside. DeVoe moving around the defense. His soft touch off the glass gives him 12 points.
And DeVoe has been able to make moves in the paint all game, as Daniels making the moves and off the right hand with the floater. An impressive move down the paint to get his 9th points of the night.
Humphrey unleashes from deep. And bouncing around the rim, Johnson secures the miss. And inside Urlacher, the quick dish to Dalian. Dalian wanted the three, but will resort to passing out to Urlacher. Urlacher will take the shot. Unable to connect. Snaring the loose ball was Salina South. Walker on the perimeter, poked out by Johnson. That one will roll out of bounds.
And the Crusaders haven't been able to connect on three-point land too often this game, shooting 32% as a team from beyond the arc all season. But tonight, even with the open looks, not able to get them in.
Henley guarded by Porter. Porter hit the ground. Salina South continues to have the ball. And again on the ground, that one bouncing out. That'll be KMC basketball. And the physical defense pays off for the Crusaders.
And it just has been a relentless effort defensively for the Crusaders all game. And continuing it in this third quarter. And a foul will be called on number 13, Kobe Henley. His first, the team first. And to take his place on the court is Daiquiri Small. And just a side note, he was getting tended to by the athletic trainer after halftime. Still able to get on the court.
Porter, the spin, finds an open Urlacher, but Porter was caught walking.
They will say that the pivot foot moved too much for the junior. Crusaders continuing with their full court press in the man defense.
Myers finds DeVoe inside. DeVoe double team, unable to connect. DeVoe standing 6'6", and he's been able to move around the defense all night long. That time, no good. Dalian inside near the baseline, cannot connect on the end around, but he'll pick up the whistle.
The foul will be called on the ground. That one is on number 15, Gavin DeVoe, his first, team second of the third quarter. And not a lot of fouling from either side so far tonight.
Daniels set things in motion, finds Johnson. Johnson inside the floater. Good. Corbin Johnson has 11. Myers makes a move on Porter, wide open inside, but Johnson came in at the last moment to provide the contact. Myers will shoot two from 15 feet away.
And that one being on Johnson will be his second personal and the team's second, as Myers will shoot two. His first will bounce off of the left side of the rim, as number 3, Kyler Webb, checks in for Salina South. And Rocco Keller and Jordan Mengu check in for Urlacher and Daniels.
KMC leads by 13. And Myers, second, is dead center. Myers will check out for Easton Wilcox, number 10 on your screen. Jude Porter at the helm for this offense. Porter hits the brakes and stop, kick to Dalian. Dalian unable to connect on 3. Mangu secured the miss. The dish to Porter. Porter is good from deep.
And the smart kick out pass after the rebound by Mangu. And Porter just connecting on the open 3-point attempt. Textbook what you want to see from the Crusaders. Porter pickpockets and the easy layup. Jude Porter with quite the series of events.
And that's what Jude Porter does best, catching the offense off guard and makes them pay.
Just using his speed to get the quick steal.
Wilcox finds Humphrey. Humphrey double teamed. Makes a move on Mangu. Mangu with the contact.
That one is Mangu's second, and that is the team third of the quarter for the Crusaders, as Humphrey to shoot 2.
And Humphrey's first scratches the front of the rim.
And Dalian checks out as Reed Stulsatz takes his place, the sophomore, getting some playing time for the Crusaders.
Humphrey's second, dead center. 48-32, KMC leading. Porter directing traffic. Finds Keller, finding Stulsatz. And Johnson unloads from deep. Bouncing around the rim and out. And Mangu will get 2 shots from the line.
Foul will be called on Humphrey. That will be his first, team third of the quarter on Salina South. As Mangu attempt his first free throws of the night with the first connecting. And the senior Charlie Barrier checking in for Corbin Johnson.
Mangu unable to connect on his second attempt. Salina South reeling in the rebound. Small finding Humphrey in the corner. The double team, Porter stripping the ball away, but hitting Humphrey in the process.
Porter will be called for his second personal. That is the team fourth. Just trying to get another steal to add on to his total tonight.
Humphrey unloads from deep. Off the heel, crowd by Keller. Porter racing down the court. Hits the brakes, finds Keller. The spin from the junior, and the fadeaway is good. Rocco Keller has 6 points. Henley inside to Humphrey, intercepted by Mangu. Mangu the one-on-one. And Mangu used the square to get his third point of the contest.
Charlie Barrier playing the defense as time winds down. Humphrey puts up a shot, no good, rims out.
And Keller will get the last second shot. That one is undershot. As these two teams will talk things over, 53-32 KMC leads and finding themselves in the driver's seat now. Grayson, walk me through what has happened thus far.
Well, heading into the third quarter, the Crusaders leading by 6. A close margin in the basketball game, but now exploding coming out of the locker room. They now lead by 21. Salina South has to pull off a miracle within this fourth quarter.
And from the field tonight, KMC 23 for 47 and the Cougars 11 for 39. That's a big difference right there. KMC out-rebounding them by 2, 12-10, and those 3 steals also make a difference. And plus the 9 turnovers on offense from the Cougars to KMC's 0. A big stat that KMC has utilized quite well tonight, turning those turnovers into transition buckets, something that they do well. And Coach Eck always says, great defense transitions into great offense. And, you know, Grayson, when I talked to Coach Eck earlier in the season, he mentioned how this team, they're just taking things day by day. They'd won the state championship last year, and they didn't want their heads to get too big. They wanted to focus on the small things, and we've seen that time in and time out each and every day. And this team looks poised to make another run in Emporia.
Yeah, and definitely a lot of pressure on a team. The year after you win a state championship, expectations are high. Crusaders, after losing a few seniors, look to make another run. So the shot is no good. But with another loaded roster this year, definitely a possibility for the Crusaders.
Keller moving inside through traffic, gets that one to roll in. And Rocco Keller has 8 points. Humphrey guarded by Mangu, making a move inside, poked by Keller, but contact was made.
And Mangu called for his 3rd personal foul, team first of the 4th quarter. As Porter steals the inbound using his speed, pushing down the court, gets it to Keller. Keller with the easy layup. Crusaders expanding upon this already large lead.
Excellent job in transition from Jude Porter, finding his target and creating the assist. Myers wide open. Inside the move, Humphrey gets that one to bounce around and down the chute. And Humphrey has 9 points. Johnson the spin, finds a wide open Mangu. Mangu unleashes, unable to connect, reeled in by Jace Humphrey. And Humphrey squares up to shoot. That one scratching the rim and kicked by Myers.
Foul will be called on the reach-in as Jude Porter is trying to move the ball down the court. That is the 2nd personal on Gavin DeVoe, the 6'6" junior. Blaze Dalian checks in along with Owen Herlocker as Keller and Johnson take a seat.
Reed Stuhlstotz to set things in motion. Porter pounding the pebbled leather up the court, directing traffic. Dalian inside the pump and recovered by Stuhlstotz, keeping the possession alive. Dalian in the corner finds a wide open Porter. Porter making a move. We'll find Mangu. And Porter unleashes. Porter off the front of the rim, kept alive by Stuhlstotz again. And Porter unleashing, hit the heel, and taken down by the Cougars.
And the Cougars finally able to recover the ball. The Crusaders just having multiple possessions where they get 3 or more attempts at a shot, as the strong drive by Jackson Myers.
And Myers has 9 points. Myers going toe for toe with Porter, leading that one to go out of bounds.
Just forcing the quick turnover, trying to bring some momentum back to the Cougars as Corey Daniels checks in for Jude Porter.
Walker to set things in motion. Walker the heave to Henley. 5 minutes remain in the contest. 57-36 KMC leads. Humphrey squares up to shoot. Knocks that one down as Humphrey has 12 points. Daly in the stop and go. His hits the heel. South in transition. Henley finds an open man in Humphrey. Humphrey guarded by Stuhlstotz, moves inside. The spin rejected by Mengu. And whistle called. KMC will talk things over.
And just a frustrating time for the Salina South Cougars, especially if you are a senior. Looking like the Crusaders are going to come out on top. And in the playoffs, win or go home. An emotional night for the seniors of the Cougars. Crusaders trying to live on for another week to fight on to Emporia. If they win Saturday, that will be the next destination.
KMC leads by 18. Erlocker to inbound. Daniels double teamed, in trouble.
The timeout by Kapaun to save Daniels from the trap. They have 3 timeouts remaining. This is a full timeout. Talk things over. And I think Coach Steve Eck just trying to make sure his players are staying sharp and not letting off the gas pedal.
And looking into the future, KMC will play the winner of the Emporia versus Mays South game. Emporia a 7 seed and Mays South a 10. Emporia comes in 12-8. Mays South 11-9. So 2 very balanced teams. Certainly will be might be a challenge for KMC. Who knows? The way that they're playing tonight in the second half, it looked to be very strong, and if they keep that pace on Saturday, that will be a strong win for them.
Exactly, and with the win for the girls team last night, they will play Friday at 5 in Topeka versus Topeka Seaman, the 2 seed. So good luck to them, looking to move on in the playoffs.
Dalian finding an opening and using the glass to connect, plus the and one opportunity. Dalian sits at 13 points. And Dalian connects from 15 feet away. 60-39. .330 left in the contest. Humphrey along the perimeter, guarded by Dalian. Inside, DeVoe blocked by Mengu. Daniels will take it the other way. Inside, Mengu was wide open. Finds Erlocker. Erlocker will not elect to shoot. Daniels wide open now. Off the heel, corralled by Mengu. Mengu nearly over the head of Erlocker. Erlocker the spin, step back, scratches the rim, taken down by the Cougars. That's Henley. Henley inside. Stuhlstotz with the rejection.
And
now
Johnson and Keller checking in for the Crusaders. Herlocker and Daniels will take a seat.
Walker set things in motion. Myers inside. Contact was made. That one coming from the sophomore Mangu.
That is Mangu's 4th personal foul, 2nd team.
And now Cole Rapp and Jackson Gosh will both check in for Jordan Mangu and Reed Stuhlstotz. Sophomore for sophomore trade. And Humphrey will connect off the glass. Humphrey has 14. Johnson finds a wide open Cole Rapp in the corner. Cannot connect. Gosh bringing down the rebound. Johnson inside, tried using the glass, picks up the foul.
That foul will be called on number 15, Gavin DeVoe, his 3rd personal, team 3rd of the quarter. As this game winds down, a key player for the Cougars tonight has been the senior Jace Humphrey, 14 points and plenty of assists, and his presence on defense. He was a strong leader for the Cougars in this matchup. On the Crusaders side, Blaze Dalian, sophomore, playing a good game along with the likes of Corbin Johnson, Corey Daniels, and Jude Porter. An all-around performance for the Crusaders as we hit 2 minutes left to play.
And it's always unfortunate to see a senior play his last game as for Jace Humphrey, Daiquiri Small, and others on the Cougars lineup. So we would like to congratulate them on a basketball career in high school. Rocco Keller making it look easy out there using the glass to get 12.
Salina South will call a timeout. 1:38 left to play. There's a quick 30-second timeout. Talk things over and get a breather. And the seniors for this Salina South team not going down without a fight in their last game, putting up some excellent numbers in this one, but just falling short to this high-powered Kapaun team looking to make a run deep into the playoffs once again. Last year being the 2024 Acacia 5A state champions. A lot to live up to for this team.
And Ryan Carey checking in for the Crusaders. Jackson Myers taking the ball up the court. Inside, finding a wide open teammate. He unleashes wide right. Carey moving the ball up the court, finds a Rapp who finds Keller. Keller the pump, and Keller will get one off the glass. Keller has 14. And Keller consistently scoring double digits for this KMC team in the past games. He'll be a strong key in the playoffs.
And a good flow off the left hand, number 4, Camden Augustine.
Keller the spin inside. That one batted down.
And Reed Stuhlstotz will check in. Dalian taking a seat, sophomore for sophomore exchange. 45 seconds remain. Stuhlstotz to inbound.
Keller at the logo. KMC taking their time. Carey finding Gosh inside. Gosh unloads. And Gosh hitting the heel, taken down by Humphrey. Carey hits the court. Inside, getting up a shot, unable to connect. That was Augustine. 15 seconds remain.
Looks like the Crusaders are going to pass this one out. And the buzzer will sound. The Crusaders coming out victorious to move on into the second round, 66-43. A good showing of offense for Kapaun. And we will join you Saturday, where the Crusaders will either face Emporia or Maize South. Thank you for joining us tonight.
And I'm Andrew Guyer.
And I'm Grayson Greer.
And we will see you Saturday at 5 p.m.